The following podcast episode contains elements of 3D audio, meaning sounds may appear as if they are coming from all sides. Headphones are recommended and listener discretion is advised. And don't forget to keep listening after the episode for a special bonus scene.
Theb, what are you doing?
I just want to try something, trust me.
Why are you wearing that jersey and why are we here?
Because I want to see what happens. It's going to be hilarious, trust me.
Oh my god, well then will you at least explain to the American people where we are and what you are doing and maybe why?
Well, the why is because I want to. I'm a billionaire and can do whatever I want. It is amazing. But secondly, we are at Eagles Stadium during a tailgate and, well, I'm wearing a Cowboys jersey, and I'm about to yell, Cowboys rule, Eagles suck, and see what happens.
Oh my god, are you trying to get us killed? Didn't these people, throw batteries at Santa Claus and almost burn down Philly when they won?
We'll be fine. You just roll down the window, I'll yell, and then you speed away.
This car is 70 years old. I don't think it's gonna make it. We need to go get a different one at one of your houses.
Fear not, my friend. Back in 1783, Ben Franklin and I had a series of Freemason tunnels built beneath Philadelphia so that we could, get around, and that tunnel system connects to the basement of my home. We'll duck there if they start chasing us. The entrance to the tunnel system is about a mile down the road.
All right, I trust you, I guess.
As you should. All right, roll it down. All right, here we go. Hey, Eagles fans! The Dallas Cowboys are America's team. All you are is a bunch of second-rate birds that were rejected by Benjamin Franklin. I'd tell you to eat shit, but you've already done that. Oh shit, they're throwing entire handles of liquor at us, Timothy. Oh my god, and a wine bottle.
Oh
Drive,
shit!
Timothy, drive. Ah! Also, America, listen to My American Life. It's time for My American Life, a segment where you, the American people, ask me about my American life. Today's question comes from Little Kathy from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Little Kathy writes, Dear Mr. Thebadias, I recently started listening to America, the podcast, the original series, and noticed that you stopped doing interviews after season 2. Why is that? Signed, Little Kathy, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Well, Little Kathy, the answer is simple in that I hate doing interviews with other people, mostly because I only like hearing my own voice. Granted, I am forced to talk to my producer Tim, but he's just kind of part of the package and the only way any of this gets out on the internet. But if you're looking for interviews and political discussions, I suggest you check out America, the Conversation, out now on America the Podcast Presents and all podcast apps and YouTube. There you will hear my producer Tim and his co-host Andrew Turner discuss the political conversations being had in America today. A link is in the description. So there you have it. I don't like interviews, so I pawn them off on a completely different show. This has been My American Life. Riveting stuff, as per the usual. All right, America. Well, we made it to Ben Franklin and I's tunnel system, albeit barely.
I'll say, man, 3 people hopped on top of the car.
Yes, but we shook them off.
Yeah, into oncoming traffic. Are they alive?
They're Eagles fans, Timothy. Were they ever alive?
Yeah, no, I guess not. All right, fine. How much further to the house?
Let's see. There's a red triangle there, which means we're about 3 miles from my home. While Timothy and I walk the length of these tunnels, you can listen to an American commercial. That unless they're selling a foreign product. We'll be right back.
America the Podcast is brought to you by Science. Science, now available in 2 varieties, actual fact or society dismantling fiction.
And we're back in my Philadelphia home. So, which car do you want, Timothy?
What is that thing?
Ah, yes, the 1967 OSI Silver Fox. During the 1970s, I was a superhero for a brief time, or a supervillain, depending on which side of the argument you were on, and figured this car would be a good fit.
All right, right on. I definitely want to hear about you being a superhero or villain. I'm gonna expect it's gonna end up being villain. Do you want me to drive?
Yes, just don't touch any red buttons. There's lots of missiles.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, well, while I teach Timothy what buttons not to press in my supervillain car, you can listen to Great American Facts! On today's Great American Facts, I shout at you about the great state of Pennsylvania.
On September 19th, 1982, the first internet emoticon, aka the Smiley, was invented at Carnegie Mellon University in Pittsburgh by Professor Dr. Scott Fahlman. Little did he know the scourge he hath wrought on humanity. The great state of Pennsylvania is home to one of the nation's oldest public hospitals. Founded by Dr. Thomas Bond and Benjamin Franklin in 1751, people received health services as needed, a practice that is completely commonplace today. Just kidding, our healthcare system in America is broken. Ha 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 ha. The first zoo in the United States of America was opened in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania on July 1st, 1874. We only had a small bear and 2 men in a horse costume, but irregardless, people came to visit from all across the land. The Liberty Bell was commissioned in 1751 by the Pennsylvania Provincial Assembly and subsequently rung at the first public reading of the Declaration of Independence. America, the podcast fans know that I myself dictated the original declaration, and you can hear that event on America, the podcast presents the American Revolution, out now on all podcast directories. The Pennsylvania Packet and Daily Advisor was the nation's first daily newspaper. The paper was first published on September 21st, 1784, and subsequently called fake news by the uneducated on September 22nd, 1784. The state's official motto is Virtue, Liberty, and Independence. My personal motto is Virtue, Liberty, Independence, Pizza, and Puppies, which is, I feel much better. Feel free to adopt it, Pennsylvania. It's all yours. The great state of Pennsylvania is home to the chocolate manufacturer Hershey, as well as the amusement park Hershey Park, where I believe all of the roller coasters are made of chocolate, an engineering concept I am told is incredibly unsafe. Unsafe or not, I'm going to be investing in these chocolate roller coasters. The great state of Pennsylvania is home to over 200 covered bridges, the most of any state in the country. Each one of those bridges also probably needs repair, and you should tell your congressperson to vote for investment in American infrastructure. Founded in 1909, the oldest still operating gas station in America is located in Altoona, Pennsylvania. I once got gas there back in the 1930s and did not pay. I also robbed the gas station attendant after getting said gas. I kind of went through a crime phase back during the Bonnie and Clyde era. Never convicted, and I never will be as long as no one hears this. Children at the Arsenal Elementary School in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, received the first injections of the new polio vaccine developed by Dr. Jonas Salk in February 1954. Dr. Salk famously gave away the patent for the vaccine for the betterment of humanity, something I'm sure pharmaceutical companies will do any day now. Any day now. They're not going to do it, are they? No, they're not going to do it. This has been Great American Facts!
And we're back and on the road again.
Don't sing that. We barely have enough money to cover the trip, let alone music licensing.
Ah, he's a friend. He won't care. Also, take a left up here.
Here?
Yes, exactly. While Timothy and I make our way to Scranton, I invite you to listen to this commercial and keep filling my pockets. If you do, maybe I'll pay you back. I won't, but I might. I won't, but I might. I definitely won't. We'll be right back.
America the Podcast is brought to you by dogs. Dogs, licking their own asshole and then licking you square on the mouth for 10,000 years.
And we're back and driving through Scranton, Pennsylvania to meet with Esther Chavez, the embodiment of an only hope for Pennsylvania. Actually, I need to stop and get some office supplies, specifically paper, and I believe there's a paper company right up here.
What paper company?
I believe it's called Dunder Mifflin or something like that. I watched a documentary on them on NBC back in the thousands. I even bought their manager's book on management.
Well, that documentary you watched was actually called a mockumentary and starred Steve Carell.
I have no idea who that is or what a mockumentary is.
Right, I'm sure you don't. Where did you get the book? I'm gonna guess it's called How I Manage.
Well, I bought it on Etsy, and that is a very good guess. Have you read the book?
book. No, man, because it's not a real book, and I guarantee you the thing you bought is full of blank pages. Have you even read it?
I have not. As an American, I tend not to read books.
Well, man, then I suggest you open the book because it's fake. Someone used NBC's copyrighted materials and printed Steve Carell's face on it.
Still do not know who that is.
Well, he's still very famous, as is his show, The Office, the mockumentary that you watched, which is arguably the most famous show on television.
So what you're telling me is that NBC and Etsy, and by extension all of television and all of the internet, has been lying to me for the past 20 years.
I'm telling you that both the internet and TV have been lying to you since they were created.
Well, that would make sense, as I oversaw the creation of the TV and the internet with the intention of making top-notch American propaganda machines.
Of course you did.
Indeed. We're here at Esther's office. Pull in here. All right, America. Well, Tim explains to me the ins and outs of selling copyrighted materials on Etsy, and while we make our way up to the top floor to meet with Esther Chavez, the embodiment of and only hope for Pennsylvania, you can listen to a segment about state slang.
It's time to get some swang in that slang. Get some swang in that slang? That's what you came up with? I mean, it wasn't funnier than last time, but I guess it wasn't worse, so you're breaking even. Can anybody tell me where we hired these writers from? Anybody? Don't you talk. You're not doing well. Anybody? All right, whatever. It's not called whatever that was, it's just a segment about slang from Pennsylvania. Our first slang term is Snoopy, referring to someone who shoves food around their plate to appear as if they're done, and you know what, sometimes people don't like okra and they don't want to be rude, so I say long live the Snoopy as well as Charlie Brown. But not Linus. Our next slang terms are yins, yinzer, and yous, which just refers to you all. And you all did a good job. I love those terms. There is no joke here. Good job, Pennsylvania. Our next slang term is to red things up, which means to tidy up, and I have no idea why they call it that. I refuse to look it up, because as an American, I should inherently know everything, and if I don't, then it's not worth knowing. Come at me, Pennsylvania. Our next slang term is John, which refers to a person, place, or thing, which just is a noun at that point. I think that's just a noun. Our last slang term is jagoff, which refers to a stupid person, and a term I think we should be using to refer to more people in 2024. Personally, I think that Pennsylvania should be setting the trend for 2024, especially Philadelphia. They seem like they have things figured out. Whatever the case, I know that I'm right. This has been a segment about Pennsylvania slang, and not swang in the slang or whatever the hell you just said. God damn it.
Riveting stuff, as per the usual. All right, America. Well, Tim and I are here outside Esther's office, and I don't see an assistant, so I guess let's just knock and go in.
Enter. Yeah. No.
Oh my god, is she half groundhog, half human?
Indeed, her father was Punxsutawney Phil of Groundhog Day fame, and don't stare at her fur or teeth. I'd like to get out of here as soon as possible.
I don't care what you have to do. Just buy the goddamn plant. These union workers are gonna be the death of me. All right, now, who are you and what can I do for you? I'm a busy woman.
Hello, Miss Chavez. My name is Thebadiah Stard. I'm the embodiment of and only hope for America. And I was friends with your father, Philip.
Oh, yeah, right. You're the America guy. Dad told me about you. What do you need?
Well, I just simply need to know if you voted for me during the embodiment voting ceremony this past year.
Oh, yeah. My dad told me to vote yes on you every time. Just seemed easier. I even sent a proxy back in 2012.
A proxy?
Indeed. In the event that an embodiment is too busy to cast their vote, they can send a proxy in their place.
Exactly. I was busy then and I'm busy now. So, if you'll excuse me, I got a coal mine to shut down. These union fucks are really riding my puss.
Gross.
Which part, the union busting or the foul language?
I mean, both, man.
Yeah, well, a CEO's gonna CEO, you know?
And I CEO the hardest.
I'm sure you do, Esther. Take care. All right, America. Well, since Esther Chavez, the embodiment of and only hope for Pennsylvania, voted for me, I guess it's on to New Jersey.
Gross. Who's the embodiment of New Jersey?
That would be Johnny Six Toes Caparelli. He owns a club called Peace Tank in Atlantic City.
Oh my god, everything you said is gross.
More gross than union busting.
Hell no, union busting's way worse. I'd rather lick the floor of, Club Peace Tank than bust a union.
Then you clearly have not been to Club Peace Tank. All right, America, we will see you next week in New Jersey for America, the podcast presents Road Trip, a journey across America. Don't forget to follow the show on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at America the Podcast, at America the Pod on Twitter, and me at Bastard Comedy on Twitter.
Subscribe to the show on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. And don't forget to leave a 5-star review. And if you don't leave a 5-star review, just remember that I am friends with Santa Claus and all his elves and can make sure that you get nothing for Christmas. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, then, well, that threat doesn't apply to you, so please just leave a 5-star review anyways. Thanks for listening, America. I will be in your ears again next week. Good night and good fight. Wait, we need to stop in the supply closet before we leave.
Why?
I told you I needed paper.
Yeah, but I thought you were doing a bit.
I don't do bits. I do cocaine, but only when I'm with Don Jr., which is luckily not a lot. Don't do drugs, kids, especially now that all of the cocaine is basically fentanyl. Here we are.
Again, why do you need this paper?
Oh, I want to write "Eagles suck" on each piece of paper, then get in a helicopter, fly over, and then throw all of the paper out so all of the Eagles fans know how I feel about them.
Why do you hate Eagles fans so much?
Oh, I don't. They're just very easy to piss off. I'm what you call a troll, a little habit I picked up from my friend Elon Musk.
Don't be friends with him.
I'm trying not to, but he said he would sell me a rocket at a discount price and...
Hey, what are you fucks doing?
Oh shit, it's Esther. Run, Timothy, run!
Run where?
To New Jersey! You've been listening to America, the podcast presents Road Trip, a journey across America. The show stars Tim Philippi and Theb starred the embodiment of and only hope for America as themselves. Additional voices heard in this episode were provided by the wonderful cast of voice actors listed in the show notes. Writers for the show include Tim Philippi, Andrew Turner, Alana Matos, and Theb starred. The show's theme song is by Timmy Two Step, and all other music and sounds heard in this show were procured through the sources listed in the show notes. Road Trip, a journey across America is mixed and edited by Tim Philippi at Shway Media Studios in Austin, Texas. Executive producers for the show are Alana Matos, Tim Philippi, and Theb starred. All characters portrayed in this show are completely fictional. Any similarities to persons alive or dead or any other copyrighted material is completely coincidental. I don't see why I had to say any of that.
It's because we don't want to get sued.
And therefore, we have to tell the world that Phineas Fickleby is Phineas fictional.
Pretty much.
Well, I don't like any of that. Where was I? Yes. For more information, please visit shwaymedia.com and americathepodcast.com. Copyright 2024, all rights reserved.
Been a production of Shway Media, all rights reserved. For more information, please visit shwaymedia.com.